free time is take a long, hot shower.
Really?
And I don't mean a few minutes long, I mean 2-3 hours at the least. Somehow, some way, I'm gonna get this sewer smell off of me.
I must admit, this isn't exactly how I'd planned my day either. This jacket was an original, tailor-made for the Duke of Buckney. However, am I going to explain its condition when I return it to him?
I'd imagine he'd be rather furious.
So would I, especially since he doesn't exactly know that he lent it to me.
Pete?
It was an emergency. Besides, I'd planned to have it back before I took it anyway.
Back before you took it? Maybe you're the one who needs a long shower. A sorry ship!
Quick, we can hide over here!
Wonder where they came from.
I don't think they've spotted us.
They're gone.
I'm not entirely comfortable with where they're heading.
Heading back in the direction of the lab.
Along the same route we took when we came here. I think we'd better get back to the power station.
Pete! Look!
The station!
It's been destroyed!
The Hazares.
I can't believe it. It's gone! All gone! Our last hope. Our only hope. Gone.
Maintaining course and speed. We have not received a transmission from either our troops at the Garradanian lab or from our signal device.
Status of the ground target.
Further deep scan reveals site to be completely destroyed. No life signs present. No energy traces.
When we return to the Garradanian lab, I want a thorough sweep of the surrounding area, just in case someone survived and managed to escape. Luck seems to have been smiling upon them as of late. I don't want that trend to continue.
Yes, sir.
Carry on trying to contact ground. I don't like the idea of them being out of communication. Can't believe something has gone wrong.
Yet there would be no other explanation why we've lost contact.
This is a world of sheep. Perhaps it was some unknown radiological experiment down there that they broke open, the stupid fools. Either way, I want to know without delay.
As you command.
Report.
Scanners have detected a Telemite ship leaving the system.
So, they tried to hide their departure. They must have picked up something interesting.
Probably just more humanoid cargo. That's all they ever seem to be interested in.
If that were the case, they wouldn't have gone to so much trouble to sneak out the back end of the system. They obviously didn't want us to know they were here. That just piques my curiosity even more. We'll deal with the Garradanians later. Set an intercept course for that Telemite ship. Battle stations.
Setting course. Charging lasers.
Just when I thought my day was going to be a complete waste of time.
Christine? Christine, are you going to be alright?
How could anyone say such when they are but a prisoner? We must find a way to escape!
Look around you. Even if we did escape, we're on a ship full of those lizard creatures. Where would we go?
I will not give up hope. That is the one thing that Fate has taught me. I have faith.
I wish I had your courage.
It would be easier if these cells that they cast us and run out so small.
I know. I can barely move myself.
Even though Gargamel treat his prisoners better than this. Some of these people seem they have been here for a long time.
Telemites must travel around, collecting prisoners until they're full up.
All the cells look full.
Then we must be near the end of their trip. Lucky us. Come on, Christine. Try and eat something. The ambience might not be all that great, but at least we're fed.
I am not hungry.
You haven't eaten since we left the lab. That can't be good for you. Now here, try this. It doesn't taste half bad.
Those creatures.
Which ones? That one. And those two.
But the one with us, Blackheart!
Christine, I don't think now's the best time to be provoking them.
We just picked these two up. We've hardly had time to get them ready. The girl looks like she'd make a nice change. The other one doesn't need any more preparation.
What is that supposed to mean?
You spilled your soup. Take them.
Release me, denizens of hell!
Brothers, our long voyage is over, and now we bring you the fruits of your labor. Let the feast begin!
Feast?
That's why no one has ever returned from a Telemite ship. They're going to eat us!
Thatch! Thatch! Come on, pull yourself together!
I just don't know what to do, Theet. We've lost everything.
Stop your blubbering, man. We've got to get down there. There still might be someone alive.
No one could have survived that.
No, I won't accept that. Christine.
Thatch! Theet!
You're alive!
Oh, thank goodness. I didn't know if you two were still out there or had just gotten back or what. It was awful.
How did you survive?
One of the circuit boards shorted out after you left, so I was going into the city to get another one. Actually, I drew the short straw. I was about 1 kilometer away when the Azaris came. They were very thorough.
Do you know if Christine and Aaron came back?
They hadn't by the time I left.
There is only one road into the city.
Will they have gone any other way? To avoid detection, perhaps?
The surrounding area is impassable. The only way to the city is that way.
Did you see them as you were leaving? Pass them by, maybe?
It was almost curfew. No one was on that road but me.
And that means they might still be alive.
Theet, I think you're reaching.
I never give up hope. We'll wait here to see if they return.
The Zaris might come back.
We'll stay only a short while. I don't want to miss Christine and Aaron when they get back. Did you have any contingencies should the power plant be discovered?
Several. Doesn't matter if our equipment is destroyed.
They weren't.
How can anything have survived that?
Something strange happened while you were gone. We found the custodian murdered.
Murdered?
Well, mauled would be a better way to put it. I thought that just in case we had been discovered, I started having some of the equipment moved to a secondary site.
That means that our research is safe.
I don't know how much was transferred before the Azaris came, but some of it must have gotten out.
What about this attack? Mauled was the word I believe you used.
It was awful. It was almost like some kind of animal had gotten him.
That sounds uncomfortably close to what we saw at the lab. Don't you think so, Thatch?
You can't be saying that those things are on the loose, can you?
It would certainly seem that way.
Wonderful.
Wait a minute. What creatures?
The Zaris were waiting for us back at the lab. But something got to them first. We saw it in the tunnel. I don't know what it was, but it almost killed us.
And now it seems to have come here. I wonder if it's appeared anywhere else.
I hope not.
I agree. But another appearance, or lack thereof, might help us to identify exactly what's attracting it. Come on.
Where are you going?
To the power plant.
We need to get to the secondary site. I want to make sure the equipment is safe.
If anything was left behind, this will be your chance to get it.
But those things might still be in there, too.
Yes, those creatures. And overlooking the obvious, it's really starting to annoy me. I think I'm going to be quite embarrassed when I finally figure out what it is.
As long as we don't end up dead when you do.
Life is never a certain thing, Thatch. You take it as it goes.
I wish for more reassurance than that.
Well, I hope Aaron and Christine are all right. I wonder what happened to them.
Aaron, what are they doing?
They're circling us. They're like animals.
Help us! Please help us! Barely. I shall not lie down and die without a fight.
They can kill you without breaking a sweat.
Then I shall bite and scratch and claw all the way down their gullet. They shall not make a meal out of me without paying a dear price.
Christine, I'm sorry you had to be involved.
Horrible!
It's nature. The strong prey upon the weak. I think it's our turn next.
We must flee! We must away from here!
There's no way out!
God save us! What is happening?
That felt like an energy weapon. We're under attack.
Someone has come to rescue us!
I don't think that's the case.
They are gone! Now's a chance to escape!
To where? Remember, we're on a spaceship. We can't exactly open the door and walk home.
We must free the prisoners! Come!
What? This place is about to shake apart. There's no time. Look, if we leave right now, we might be able to find an escape pod while everyone is occupied.
Nay! We cannot leave those poor souls to their fate! We must help them!
I'm not going to risk my life on some full fate adventure. We're leaving now.
Look
Their shields are down, Captain. Engines are disabled.
Cease fire. We don't want to destroy them, Mr. Klent. Only disable.
Orders, sir?
Prepare a boarding party. What the Telemites have now belongs to us.
It's horrible. I can't see how anyone could have gotten out of this alive.
They didn't. It looks like they had very little warning.
I've got to find out how much was salvaged.
Careful! This place looks ready to fall in on itself. Besides, we don't know what else might be here with us.
That's a comforting thought.
Really? I'm not very comfortable with it.
It looks like the main corridor's blocked.
We can get around through this office. The back wall's blown out.
Oh, no.
Custodian.
Well, this confirms it. These marks are the same ones we saw on the dead Hazaris back at the lab.
I think the quicker we get out of here, the better.
It's all the more important now that we find out what is attracting their attention so.
Why?
These aren't just wild animals out for the hunt. Look! The body is intact and unmoved. None of the victims were killed for food. They were killed because these creatures were protecting something.
What?
We certainly seem to have a lot of questions, don't we? I don't suppose you've ever come across any creature like this. About 6 feet tall, greenish skin, slim, sharp teeth and claws with a protruding snout.
What a lovely description.
I think you're making a doll out of it when all this is over.
Sorry, that's not from around here.
Any reports from the city about such creatures? Maybe unusual disturbances?
It's difficult to separate the unusual disturbances from the general attacks we usually go through. But no, nothing's come along the news reports of any animal attacks.
So we can make an assumption that the only appearances of these creatures are at the lab and here. I still think the Zaris had something to do with it.
They're just as much a victim in all this as you are.
I find that hard to accept.
Something tells me there may be more bitter pills to swallow before the night is out.
Well, here it is.
Or what's left of it.
The future of our planet may well rest with what we can find here in this rubble. Start looking around, see if anything is salvageable.
We may have gotten lucky. It looks like they got most of the equipment out.
Not all the personnel.
Feet! Over here. Is this one of your monsters?
It's dead.
It must have been caught in the attack.
It looks like something nightmares are made out of.
Try seeing it when it's alive, and 2 inches from your face.
You guys have all the fun. Next time I get to go on the dangerous assignments while you stay behind and get bombed.
I wonder.
I get nervous when you start to wonder.
If the blast hadn't killed that poor fellow over there, would this creature have?
What difference does it make? Either way, you're dead.
It would tell us if there was something in this room that was attracting these things. Now, all we're left with is questions.
Feet! I've got the focusing element.
They must have had a chance to get it out in time.
Thank goodness we found it. It took us 5 years to polish and refine the element to work properly. It would have been a terrible setback if we lost it.
There's a crystal encased inside.
It's what we use to focus and concentrate the divergent energies.
We make do with what we can find or acquire.
The casing's cracked open.
There doesn't seem to be any apparent damage to the circuitry.
Thank goodness for small miracles.
Wait a moment.
What is that?
That shouldn't be there. What is it?
It's deactivated. Gets its power when you charge the unit. See here? Miniature microprocessor, frequency modulator.
A transmitter!
A bug.
That's how the Hazaris have been able to find us.
You're a spy in the midst.
But who? Who would do this to us?
You can't leave me here! After everything I've done!
Who are you talking to?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were still out. I was just talking to myself. To everyone. Sometimes I think Thatch is right. My people should take a more courageous stand against our enemies. Maybe things would be different if we did. Are you okay?
My head aches terribly.
You must have hit yourself pretty hard. Come on, let's see if we can find that escape pod and get out of here.
Well, well. Look what we have here, Mr. Klent. 2 Garradadians who are just about to be the main course at a Telemite feasting. You should thank us for your fortuitous rescue.
You know, Captain, I don't think they're very grateful.
I think you're right. Perhaps I can instill some gratitude in them.
Stop it!
Now, Garradanian, you'd be grateful if I stopped doing that, wouldn't you? So, what do you say?
Thank you
For?
for not hitting me anymore.
See? Now that wasn't so hard, was it?
Most of the cargo is dead, Captain. It seems these are the only survivors.
A poor haul, to be sure. Almost a wasted effort. But I'm sure we can get something for this.
These vile creatures are not able to vanquish us. Thou shalt have no better fortune.
Well, this one's full of fire. I'm sure she'd fetch quite a sum on the market.
My manner of words you speak, Jackanape, might be this market.
You don't know? I'm going to sell you to the highest bidder, where you will make someone a very entertaining servant, to be sure.
I be no one's servant.
You will be whatever I tell you to be, girl, or I promise you'll face a most uncomfortable death. Take them away.